Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. It's pretty early. My name is Kaiser MLG. It's your turn.
Riz is on the left side this time. Okay, it's me, Sasif. Hey.
And me, Polarisu.
Yeah, and we are the Raid Up podcast.
Way.
As I said, thank you for joining us today. Another nice episode for you guys. The support you guys give us is amazing. Thank you very much for that. And today I have thought... Well, we have a rotation system for coming up with the topics for the episodes. And it was my turn for this week again. And I thought to myself, I looked into the mirror and I thought, damn, I'm an Arknights YouTuber. And then I was like, the other two dudes on the podcast are also Arknights YouTubers. Let's make a video about that. Let's make this an episode topic. So, I don't know what it's going to be titled, the episode, whether we will call it How to be an Arknights YouTuber or the Arknights YouTuber Survival Guide or something like that. But today I want to talk to you about the process of making videos, the process of managing a channel, maybe even handling a community, tips and tricks and everything. Or like exchanging ideas and tips and tricks between all of us, and also giving something to the audience. Yeah, basically an Arknights YouTuber survival guide. And of course, most of the things can also be applied to non-Arknights channels as well. So, it's a YouTuber episode, so to say.
That sounds great to me. I'm actually curious what everyone says. Like, everyone that makes YouTube has different experiences, especially because some are streaming, some aren't. Some are like scuff YouTubers that just do scuff stuff. Some are doing different stuff. And I'm very curious what everyone says.
And we may or may not hide this the secret to success on YouTube somewhere throughout the episode. So guys, smash the like button, smash the like and subscribe button, and watch the whole thing. Thank you very much. So
That's like the secret Krabby Patty formula.
exactly. Basically, to start out, let's start out very tame. Do you guys have any specific way to come up with ideas for your videos?
You
Steal it from everybody else.
That is
Smart, nice, I love it.
That is the best advice you can give.
Yeah, just honestly, just steal it. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, someone else does something and you think that's pretty cool. Why not do it?
Yeah, unironically. But unironically. Sessif, what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely agree. This is absolutely what I do for every single video. Like, I can come up with ideas by myself, but in the end, the videos that do best are the ones that I just took from other YouTubers. For example, my most recent one is like watching Arknights YouTuber's first video. Ludwig recently released a video called like watching YouTuber's first video and make a tier list about it. And I thought this is pretty cool. Let's just make this for Arknights. And just in general, why would you make something original when you can just go with something that has already worked for someone else that hasn't been done in your own version yet?
I have to say the same thing. The most viewed video on my channel, I think it's on like 220,000 views right now. The one fact about every Arknights operator video, it very obviously, I am not the first one to do something like that. I genuinely watched like videos like that on other games or other topics, right? And then I was like, okay, let's do that, but Arknights. So maybe a better way to describe it wouldn't be stealing. Stealing is of course a fancy way of saying it, but like getting inspired, maybe taking an idea and putting your own twist on it. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I just said steal because it sounds cooler. It sounds like an ability in an RPG or something. Well, I mean, if you're gonna be that straightforward.
But obviously,
I was gonna say, God damn it.
No, speak. It's a delay. I'm sorry, it's a delay.
No, it is the delay. That's what I was gonna say, because like I was talking, and then I let you talk. That was happened. Don't worry. It's called ping. It's because Africa, Europe, Jamaica. One of us is in Jamaica. Oh, which one is
It's
it?
me, I'm sorry. Really quick, I love the Jamaican accent. There is Jamaican accent because I'm watching Arsenal fan TV on YouTube and they have this one guy with a Jamaican accent. I love the Jamaican accent. I'm sorry, I just wanted to kind of say that, but now continue.
I don't know if I know the Jamaican accent actually. I've never heard it.
I'm gonna show you afterwards.
It invites to see through your dark corner, like, come behold the Jamaican.
Jamaican accent, that's the way.
I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I got distracted by what I was actually saying.
How to copy, how to steal from someone. How to take someone's money and make it your own.
You started with the sentence I was about to say.
Well, that doesn't narrow it down, does it? I was about to say it could lead into anything. I could have started a war. None of you would have guessed it. I was about to say, by the way, I've loaded up my... Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna suggest that I have that. I don't want the FBI knocking at my door for other reasons.
Well, then swiftly changing the subject. We've kind of covered the coming up with ideas thing, but that obviously doesn't apply to all of our videos, right? Sometimes I can definitely speak for myself, but sometimes one just comes up with ideas that are, I don't want to say unique, but let's say special. Special might be a good way of putting it. Like something like those weird Valentine's Day videos I make every year. Or for you guys, you definitely also have stuff like that. Ideas that just kind of haven't been done before. Do they just straight up fly into your head, or do you actually like make an effort to come up with them?
Well, like for me, it's a question of probably where I am. Every time I try to think of ideas, like the best place to think of that is like, I speak probably for so many people, the shower. When you're naked and you're just showering yourself and you have time to think about stuff, then I come up with like the best ideas. And that's also how I came up with the idea of one of my best doing videos, and that is asking content creators questions. And I don't know if it has been done before, definitely, but I thought like this would be such a cool community project, and it ended up being one of my best videos. And usually if I want to come up with an original and good idea, it's just taking a shower helps a lot.
I agree with the shower thing. Remember when I said, like, before we started, give me 5 minutes, I'm gonna run to the shower? While I was in there, there's this other game I want to cover in a video, like, within next week, or, like, maybe this week. But I thought about the intro while I was in the shower. And it's actually not bad, it made me laugh. So, yeah, shower is definitely a good place to think, like, shower every day, you'll come up with good ideas every day and stay clean.
Yes, that's a huge bonus. You can think of ideas and be clean afterwards.
Yeah, Weedy will appreciate it.
So basically, the shower is like the Zen room of you guys, right? Is it?
Well,
does it also apply to others? Yeah.
I was gonna say I have other ways that I do it. Sometimes I sit back and I just stare into nothing.
Fair enough. That's one way to spend your day. I mean, if it works.
Somehow, no one's just walked in on that yet. Like, I don't know how. Like, I've done it for extended periods of time sometimes, and like, I just sit here looking at the wall, and somehow no one's walked in and just been like, "Hey, are you okay?" Or maybe they have, and I was so lost in thought that they just saw me, realized it, tried to speak to me, realized something was wrong, walked away, and I give them props for that. Just I would back away too, you know.
It's like their instincts saying, "Don't get near him, don't get near him."
I'll bite your arm.
I have something similar like that. I've heard before other people say that like taking a shit is like a massive zen zone for them, right? Because that's also, you're just sitting there concentrating on one thing most of the time, and like the YouTube video is that you are watching while shitting, And I've heard that people come up with ideas there. And personally, for me, like, the one place where I really come up with video ideas on the spot is just when I'm hitting the gym. Like, whenever I'm working out, I just have a piece of paper and a little pen with me so that I can write down video ideas that fly into my head. I have like so many sick ideas that have just come up while I'm doing fucking deadlifting or something like that, and it's not really good because then I'm trying to figure out the idea in my head while I have a couple of kgs on my hands. It's dangerous. Don't do that.
I could never come up with ideas in the gym. I am so focused on not dying there that I wouldn't have any brain power left to do something.
Really, not dying?
Yeah, it's
What
not
gym
as
are you
easy
going to?
sometimes. I don't know, like when you do heavy lifts and stuff, it's like you don't want to have a bad posture or something. Like I like my back and I like a healthy back as well. And so like I'm always focused on having like a good posture instead of like thinking about, oh, which operator's feet have I not checked yet.
What the fuck?
Hey, I made a video about this, that's why.
True.
Yeah, oh. Where did you come up with the idea for that? Was it the shower? Did you deliberately try to figure it out?
I think someone in his Twitch chat told him.
That's actually pretty realistic.
Yeah, like Switch chat
Yeah,
always
what
helps me
someone
with
in
like
Twitch.
ideas. Like the way I got with the feed thing is when I did your party, I did really bad. Even though I knew every single one besides one, that's the one that I got first and had wrong. I was salty because I could have done better. Even though it's feet, I was still upset with myself, with my performance. And then I wanted to see how good I would really be to see all 507 feet, with skins, with everything, with it too, how many I can recognize. And so I thought, hey, I'm gonna make the actual check, I'm gonna count how many I get right, and make this a video.
That's fair enough. That's like an actual
But now do the
thought
feet
process.
smash or pass.
Yeah, okay, smash or
Oh,
pass, no, I would
no.
rather have normal smash or pass. But yeah.
I'm sorry, you said a high number and it just reminded me of that, of the original.
So you guys don't actually have that where you just sit down and you're like, okay, brainstorming. I'm now coming up with ideas that I'm gonna make over the next couple of weeks, or something like that.
I mean, I don't
I've
even have a
never-
choice. I could never do that, mainly because I know when I go to bed, I have like 20 minutes time until like I fall asleep. And in that 20 minutes, I am not able to sleep early because I'm thinking of everything else beside nothing. And yeah, that is also where I get most of my ideas as well. And I don't have a choice. I have to think about ideas. It's not that I want to, but my brain just can't turn off.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like when I sit down and try to think about stuff, it's actually harder to come up with things, and the things I feel I come up with aren't as good as when I'm just kind of switched off, really.
That is fair enough.
Mm.
That's fair enough because it's actually the opposite for me. For like because the great thing about Arknights is we know what's gonna happen over the next 6 months or so. So I genuinely, before the next event, I sit down, open up a Word document, and I just write down every idea that I already had once that fits into those next 2 weeks of event. And I try to actively come up with new ideas by just looking at the promotional art or like at the characters there and thinking, oh, that's pretty wacky, I could make a video about that. Or like about little hints of information that have been spoiled to me at some point along the way.
That is actually very interesting. If it is for you beneficial that that Arknights is like 6 months behind global, or if it's like for the most part negative part. For me, I would say I think it's a bad thing, like as from a content creator perspective. Like
personally, it has both benefits and the opposite of benefits. I don't know the word, but yeah. I think the possibility to schedule ahead scheduling is something we will talk about that later as well. Think about it now. So scheduling is a very positive thing, I think. I like keeping lists and stuff and making schedules. So that is a positive aspect. But on the other hand, of course, if we just look at the numbers, it would be better if CN and EN would be at least very close to each other, or like even on par with each other, I think. And obviously for like both communities would be way closer, I think, right? If we would talk about the same stuff. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Like, my problem with it is, like, I just can't be excited about a new operator that I was aware of for like 6 or 8 months. Like, when I see them, I'm like, wow, she looks amazing. I really want, for example, Black now. But like after 5 or 4 months, you're like, oh, she's still not here? Wait, come on.
I made a video on that. It's called the Dusk Problem. Yeah, I actually feel the same way. So I made a video on that a while ago, and people were like saying that a lot of people do have that. Then again, a lot of people don't. It's hard to tell. I didn't count the comments to see which one was like one do, one don't, one do. But no, I also have that problem where it's like I was so excited when I saw Dusk, and like if she came out like at that moment, I would have spent so much on her. I mean, I did end up getting her, but like if I had to go further, I probably couldn't have, or I wouldn't have. Because by the time something like that comes out, right, then you have another operator that's coming out that you want, and you're like, oh, should I save for them instead?
I get it, but that's probably just me. But personally, if I see, once a new operator gets released on CN, there is no way of us not knowing it, right? Like, videos will be recommended to you, people will tell you, you just learn about it. And personally, those 6 months pass, it comes to global, and to me it is as if I would have seen them for the first time. Like, I personally don't mind that whole thing that much. Like, for Link, for example, Link got revealed on CN. I saw the animation and I was like, oh, she's cool as fuck. It's gonna be so sick once she comes out. And I already know that once those 6 months have passed, I'm gonna be just as excited for her as if she would have been released on global first, right? And I would have seen her for the first time.
The thing is,
but that might just be me.
The thing is, a huge amount of the global players are also playing on CN and are very interested with CN content. So we lose out a lot of views, like from my content creator perspective, because people do not care anymore what is happening global. At least a certain percentage.
I disagree.
You would, I mean, there's a lot of people, like when you see CN releases something, you see they get a ton of views.
They get a ton of views, but that does not mean that we miss out on views. The Arknights community is at a size where content creators do not have to compete for views. The community and the amount of content creators we have is rare. It's not small, but it's also not large. If we would have like 20 people talking about the same topic, then they would compete about the same thing. But if it's like 3 or 4 talking about the same topic, then you don't really miss out on views. Like, especially, I've heard other people say that as well, that global content creators miss out on views if they don't cover CN topics. I only cover EN topics. And also a couple of my most recent videos have not been performing well because of a couple of decisions. Usually, my videos, if they talk about the current EN event that's out, they get really, really decent views. Like, really, really decent views, like high 5-figure numbers. So, personally, I can't complain about the whole thing from that perspective.
But the thing is, like, for example, Aki makes a video about, like, for example, new operator comes out, showcase. It gets a lot of people watch it, gets recommended, perfect. Then it stays a little bit, and then as soon as it's out on global again, it gets recommended again. And that's like 2 times when he can obtain views. We have only this one time period.
No, I see. But only because he makes more views than us. That does not mean we make less views, if that makes any sense. Well, like, it doesn't make sense, right? Okay, let me rephrase it. Just because he makes even more views, that does not mean that we make less views by not covering CN content.
But he makes more views of the same person, because the person that watched it 8 months ago will watch it again because it's been way too long. And so the same person has a reason to watch a video twice already. Then, like, for us, that doesn't have this reason.
So for people watching who want to become Arknights content creators, do you recommend to them to also have a CN account and actively follow CN news?
Like the problem, none of us.
I don't think you have to have an active CN account. I think covering CN news is good. That's I've done it a few times, and those videos performed really well, especially with, like. Well, I mean, the AF Yellow one, I'm not gonna use that one because you know I'm the AF Yellow guy, and so that in tandem with her skin coming out, and because I talked about it when it came out on CN, so I guess those two things combined gave that video a lot of views. But the covering CN news from time to time, I think is a good idea. Like if you're excited about something on CN, there's no reason not to talk about it. Worst you can be is wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, you did the video The Dusk Problem. Did you release it when Dusk came out on CN or when she came out on Global?
Global. No, CN.
No. It was before she came out on Global.
How did the video do?
I think it was 8-bit. I don't remember. I make a lot of videos. I'm
checking this now.
That was a few months before Dusk came out.
Yeah.
And also
No, continue.
I was gonna say also it didn't have any like I think Dusk gameplay or showcasing. It was just talking about Dusk and the CN problem, the being behind thing, and the excitement kind of dying down almost. I'm not saying it's dead because I'm still going to be very happy when I get Golden Glow. I'm going to get Golden Glow, but I mean it's like when a character comes out and you find out about them, there's so much. Like if she came out and I had to draw for her that day, I would be blindsided. Like honestly, like if I was on CN, like if I was a CN player, I would have been so screwed because I would have spent like so much on Ling. Right, and then Golden Glow came out right after. I would be so screwed. I'd be hating myself, going no, and like I'd look at my wallet and be like, "Is it time?" But yeah, no. So like you said, there is that advantage, but the excitement does die down over time. I feel it's not as exciting as when you first see them or you first find out about them and stuff like that.
I mean. Personally, I can only speak from my own opinion. I disagree with that. I think that the excitement on Global is at least the same, because even the people that like watch trailers and stuff, not everyone actually goes out of their way to do research on those characters, those operators, or like new events, new chapters.
Well, I don't mean the people. I meant for me.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. But for me, it also doesn't die down. The thing is that I mean, to an extent, actually fucks them, because we might be content creators, but we are also Arknights players. We also want to have fun. Oh, jeez. But yeah, no. For me personally, it might also be that I just don't care about spoiler. It's like the entirety of Chainsaw Man was spoiler to me, and I just enjoyed it anyway. Who cares?
But yeah, like, unless someone actually tries out, like, being a CN content creator, it's, like, very hard to talk about it. Mainly because we have only seen the one side. And, like, the other side I saw was from people talking about it. So, I don't have a lot of experience with it.
Well, I mean, we're gonna lose this soon. Because, say what we want, a lot of us are gonna become Arknights Enfield content creators, and that's gonna be...
Yeah!
I'm very happy about this.
That's gonna be in tandem with CN and everything. It's gonna be at the same time. I'm gonna run into my Golden Glow problem. That's a new video to make.
But the problem, or the question is, how long will it take to actually release? Like, will it be 2 years, 1 year, 5 years? It's so hard to say. I guess it's about 1 to 2 years.
No way
we will get a beta within this year. I'm confident about that.
Because really? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be like the end of the year or if it's going to be more like the middle, but I feel like September, like to November side. I around there.
Hmm.
We'll at least get a beta.
Yeah, I hope it's open. Like, for me, the planning is important. If they release an anime, give the people 2 options. If they don't like the tower defense version, they would have the other version as well. So that would be kind of cool, so that the anime people have like a choice of, hey, I want to try this one or this one.
I just hope that they will not release the beta and also not the full game at the same time as like one big Arknights event that's actually coming to our game. Because like a couple of weeks ago, Chapter 9 dropped, right? And then the Enfield trailer dropped like on the same day or something. And views on Chapter 9 content, I don't know whether it was because of Enfield, but Chapter 9 content was not doing as well as I thought I would see it perform on like other channels.
I mean, I have to say Chapter 9 channel wasn't as hyped, because usually when a new big update releases, the servers are down. And this didn't happen this time. So I feel like not a lot of people were excited about it. Or not as much as usual.
Actually,
The more you know.
The more you know. Or the less, sometimes. But as we were talking about coming up with ideas, I actually have come up with an idea as we were talking. Like Polarizo, you said something about just sitting down and talking about characters. I'm probably gonna turn this into a series. Just look at the new characters released on CN, talk about them for 8 minutes, bam, new upload. See, guys, to our viewers, so this is how you come up with ideas. Just listen to what other people are saying and turn it into a video. Yes!
Oh. Like, you can talk about all the characters you want. I'm just gonna talk about the characters I like. That's the other thing I learned, by the way. I know it's a bit bit like of a turn here, but that's the other thing I learned when I was like, because I used to cover the news and the Arknights news and stuff, the latest things when during the dead time, and yeah, because I don't know, no one else is really doing it, so I felt almost like an obligation to, and it's cool and all. I like it, but for me personally, I'm not really that into a lot of things. I'm into certain things, like I'm interested in certain events coming back, certain characters that are coming out, and talking about everything, kind of like talking about everything else almost feels like a chore, right?
Yes.
And if something starts feeling like a chore, then I don't think that you're on the right track. I think talk about the things you like and the things that you enjoy, you know?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a very interesting perspective, because like the advice for content creator that I got from Ludwig, for example, is make your content the thing you can record on stream as well. That was like an advice from Ludwig, and I think this, at least from my perspective, this is a really good one. I usually never ever record anything that is off stream. It's really just a rare occasions that I don't want the people are getting spoiled, for example, if we're doing community projects and stuff like that. But usually everything I upload has been recorded on Twitch, so I get like a bonus from what I'm already doing to save time.
Yes, that's definitely something that one can say. If you already stream anyway, turn it into YouTube content. There's no reason not to do it. You are just missing out on views and cloud fam. That sounded weird, eh? But it's the truth. It's a fucking truth, you know? I have like a couple of streamers who I watch, and then they just stream after 2 hours. After 2 weeks, the VOD gets deleted on Twitch, because that's what Twitch does. And then it's just hours upon hours of content lost. It's like, what are you even doing this for? Fucking upload the VOD onto YouTube, upload a highlight onto YouTube, upload a couple of clips onto YouTube. It's gonna give you exposure and exposure. Do it!
I mean, the advice I could give to like people when they're either doing YouTube videos or streams, make it that it has a story, a goal, that it has a start, a middle, and the ending. It's like writing a book. Like, if you just have a YouTube video that doesn't go anywhere, it's not as interesting as if like in the beginning you see, hey, that's the goal, that's what we want to accomplish, and it has an end.
Exactly.
And you need to tell a story.
Yeah, a better way of phrasing it might actually be every joke needs a punchline, right? You can't just talk for 10 minutes and then there's no punchline. You need some sort of goal, some sort of point of a video. Even if it's a silly, even if it's just making people laugh, right? You don't have to be informative or something. Just have a good punchline.
Mm-hmm. And also, don't be afraid of making jokes. It's still better to make a joke that doesn't land than just being monotone and not do anything for like 10 minutes straight. Then nobody will be like, oh yeah, that was fine. Everyone will be like, yes, that was not interesting. I didn't like it. Let's just not watch this person ever again.
Hi, welcome to my AFYALA video. This is a skill 1. It allows it to attack faster. This is a skill 2.
I know everyone's first video now, so yes. If you start off,
I mean, it's just a fact. Like, there are two different ways of phrasing something. You can say, oh, this is AFYALA skill 3. She gets an extended range. She gets an extended range and she hits like 5 people at the same time. Or you can say, this is the AFYALA skill 3. It turns you into a fucking delete button. You're gonna get through all the content that way. Probably not true, but it's basically there are two different ways of presenting it, and you have to find your style. No, listen to me. You have to find your style.
Oh no, that part you listen to it, but I meant the AFYALA part. She can get you through anything, okay?
I don't care. Listen to me.
Will she be able to get me through a midlife crisis?
Yes.
Dude, yes, honestly. Look at this goat. Look at this goat. Tell me this isn't making you feel better. I say that knowing she's the picture that's popping up and down. I'm just like, yes, perfect.
Okay, I immediately went to check the Discord whether you sent a fucking picture.
No. What are we talking about?
I don't know. Like, be original. Do copy from every single person. One thing we haven't touched, just don't care if you have confidence or not, just try it out, just start. That's what
we will come to tips, we will come to advice like that later.
I mean, we were already talking about it, that's why.
We have to follow the schedule, Cecil. Oh, that's something we can actually talk about right now. What an amazing segue. No, what did you want to say?
No, go with your segue.
Okay. I want to talk about we could of course talk about the process of making a video, but what are we going to say? Like you have to press start recording, then you speak, and then you press on stop recording, and then you upload it. That's not interesting. Everyone can do that. I've made a tutorial on that. Go and watch it. I want to talk about the other side of being a content creator. It's not only making videos. You also have to manage a channel, so to say. Be it by scheduling ahead, something that I like to do a lot. Be it by giving your channel a theme. Be it by many different things. Do you guys actually make an effort to manage your channel?
So I'd like to say yes, and I'd like to say it has ruined my life.
Okay.
No, but really, when you managing your channel, right? There's a lot of things to it, and like some people throw zero effort into it. Some people throw more effort into it. People focus on different parts. But my experience is that I don't think you're never really done, because you always feel like I could do something. You know, like I could always upgrade this, change this, make this better, and so you're gonna always be changing things. So I don't just do things. Don't be afraid of doing it, because you're gonna at some point change it anyway.
You've made a very good point there. You will never be finished, because it's not something that you do and then it's done. It's like a constant process. As just like people constantly evolve, right? Your channel will as well.
I like that changing it from a bit is a great way, but I think I would rarely ever change is the profile picture. That is something I would always have the same. Mainly because people will memorize your channel over that picture. Some people will not read the username when they scroll for YouTube. They will go with your profile picture. And if you change this
Exactly.
constantly, then I think people will not see you as much as normally, because they're used to that profile picture.
It's been 2 years to see that I'm allowed to change it.
Yeah.
I mean, I will also change mine within I think the next 3 weeks or so. I have to work on something else before I do that. But Cecil has made a very good point. It's about branding as well on YouTube. Branding is a thing that I don't see people who talk about YouTube talk about enough. Because oftentimes it is a fact. I have seen this with myself. Sometimes I will click on a video without even looking at the title and thumbnail just because I see the username and the channel icon, the profile picture, as on the recommended page. Do you guys go out of your way to have a specific branding on your channel? And by that I mean like some sort of consistency with a nice profile picture, a nice banner that can also somehow reflect the style of your videos. Anything like that?
Yeah, I've recently changed my color scheme.
True. Very recently.
Yeah, it's been in my thumbnails, and now it's part of my banner and my profile. And I mean, I don't know if you want to count it as branding, but like AFL is always going to be there. Like, there's certain things about you that's also kind of like branding, like that even that you don't put up there, and kind of have to carry it through. Because when I made that banner, I didn't just put in random things. When I made the new banner, I put AFL as the main thing. I put in I put in KOB, who I've talked about KOB a lot. I love her so much. I've put in Myrtle because I think she's the strongest operator canonically, and all those things. Like everything that I've put in there has been because it means something to me, and I've covered it or I've talked about it. And it's all part of me, basically.
Yeah.
It is important that you have like something that people remember you for. For example, for me, I try to touch a niche which like that people that like cosplay watch
feed.
me. Like feed is not what I want, but this is like also like some kind of branding at this point. People always blame me, like, or say I have a foot fetish, which is just not true. But I heard it so much and so many times, I feel like I'm getting my barrier more and more down on feeds. It's so bad. Like, I see it every day, everywhere. I get pinged so much. It's so bad. And I'm afraid one day I might actually like feed. And I hope it will not happen, but there's a chance for it. And this is how far Twitch Tech got me already. And it's not a branding I wanted, but it's a branding I have. So if you have a feed fetish, I'm probably your content creator to watch, even though I'm not proud of it.
Outside of the feed thing, Cecil has said something very, very interesting. The going with the flow of your community, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Going with how things go. Like, for example, the foot fetish meme has just is like a thing in your community, and you went with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to go with it. I mean, I was absolutely against it. I said many times I'm not in it, and just like it wasn't my decision to go with it. It's your community that just drags you down, and it somehow just becomes your thing. And for example, for other content creators, like their height, some people say like, "Oh, you're short," as a joke. But having like those inside memes, it's just something so important.
The power of memes, unironically.
Be a meme. To be famous, be a meme.
Yeah. Sarcophagus, Kelpok, other shit. People love stuff like that. They will recognize you based on stuff like that. That's something actually... It's kind of hard, but you have to think about it, right? It's about making people remember you based on the way you do things and not only on the stuff that you actually do.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
like for example, if I click on an Ecogen guide, I know that he's gonna make a bunch of nickname jokes and a couple of dry jokes that I'm going to love. It's like, that's a part of branding. And also, like for myself, for example, I really quickly want to say this, the subtitles in the Pornhub colors, the watermark in the top left corner, and then saying cheers at the end of the video. Those are all like decisions that I have made like after thinking about it for a couple of weeks, like very early into my channel. Like I think my 4th video already had all of that. Like subtitles in those colors. I said cheers at the end, and there was a watermark. And it stayed the same throughout the entire time, and it's working.
I mean, one reason why inside memes are so important is also additional exposure. For example, the best content creator to look at this is Box. Because Box is someone you just always had in chat someone talking about. Like, oh, you're Box free. It's like, it's just, even though he's not there or anything, you just talk about him and give him additional exposure. Or for example, if someone talks about feet, they also bring my name up, even though I'm not proud of it. Or if we talk about, or if we are bad at the stage, we bring up Kyostin. And that is just additional exposure they get for just having this meme.
It's building a brand around yourself, and that the thing is that talking about branding and stuff, it might make people feel a bit weird, but it is a thing at the end of the day. You want, as a content creator, you want people to know you. That's just a thing, and I don't mean in the sense of fame and clout. No, they want to know, you want them to know your channel. For example, there recently was this podcast that Dio, Box, Skorek, and Cookie did, right? And they were talking about this story and about how it could be presented in a better way in Arknights, right? And then, like, almost simultaneously, Dio, Skorek, and Box brought up my channel in the sense of like, oh, you can just watch it over there. And that's like, it's a form of branding. My channel is apparently now known for being the place where you can watch story summaries and stuff like that.
By the way,
and that's a good thing.
The OBS didn't crash, but all our pictures are gone.
People know what we look like. We can continue talking.
Yeah, I recently saw that in a different clip from a different podcast where the guy like made a joke and it was a visual joke and he said, "No one's gonna look at the screen. It's fine. You can't make jokes like this. Everyone's only listening."
Watches. Yeah, that's how podcasts work.
It's okay. We're gone. Just we'll come back. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'll profile pictures. Anything. I'll get coffee. Like we're done with this shit. Unappreciative bastards. Then talk about us. Oh wait, we did. No, never mind. I don't know why they're upset.
Joseph, do you think we need to make a break for technical difficulties, or can we continue?
It's up to you to decide. If you think it's nice to have like some kind of visual, like when someone is talking, who is talking, or if not. It's up to you.
Our voices are distinct enough. People know us. It's okay. I think so.
Okay. Well, I'm fine with everything.
It's okay. Just added flavor. Just added substance. It just added branding.
Yeah, we are. This is a form of branding. We are the podcast that is scuff. Easy.
I mean, if you want to go that route, we can. Like, being scuffed is a cool branding.
It's already scuff enough, I assume.
Yeah, I somehow got the branding scuff, even though I put so much effort into my quality of my videos. I tried to not make anything scuff, but in the end, it ended up being one of my brandings, even though I'm not proud of it.
It's because you scuff a lot. It's because like you scuff during stream.
Yeah, I always scuff during stream, but I try so hard to not do that.
You can't help it. It's gonna happen. It's just because, you know, you're changing a lot. You're very dynamic, you know.
Yeah.
You should just leave it on the one thing and tell them to suck it up.
Hey, if something happens on stream, there's always a chance it goes on live stream fails. So always think about it positively.
Live stream
fails.
Fails.
True. Guys, I want to ask you a question. Is it possible to be a YouTuber while being antisocial?
Yes,
Very
absolutely.
much so.
Pretty much everyone is
Yes.
like that. I would say my choice is antisocial.
No, but you say that, but both of, or at least Sessif now, you stream a lot where you talk to people. Both of you have Discord servers. Both of you interact with other content creators. Is it possible to be a YouTuber or an Arknights YouTuber without doing all those things? Just making videos and then that's it? Very
much so.
Well,
this is pretty much Aki.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one of the things, like, videos aside, like, my favorite stories is of Saikuno. You know Saikuno from Toast
Yes.
and Among Us and whatnot. I love Saikuno, so I ended up learning a bit about him, and he started streaming because he didn't have friends, and he just wanted people to talk to, and so he was just playing games, and he had a few people in his chat that he would talk to, and that's all he did. That is why he started streaming. He just wanted to have friends, and he started meeting everyone else, and his world kind of grew because of it. So I think that even if you have any social anxiety or any you have any social issues, doing something like this in a place where at any moment, if you feel you need to, you can step away, because you can't do that in a normal social situation, then it's a very good place. You can say what you want, you can be yourself, and if you feel you're uncomfortable or you're stepping too far, you can easily take a step back. It's a good place for anyone with that kind of thing to say what's on their mind, because it's usually difficult for them.
I mean, there's something I need to add to this. This would only go to YouTube. On Twitch, though, I would say there's still some kind of trolls. It depends on what you're streaming, and there's some really mean people. There can be really mean people. It never really happened to me, but you just have to be aware of it, that if you're streaming, there's always some kids joining in that might be not that nice. That's just something I think should be added.
Pretty interesting and important. But what about if you just don't want to talk to people?
Then use the voice of Frostbite, AI voice. Then you don't even have to talk to them.
Oh, I didn't mean it that way. That's something that you even can do. If you're not confident in your voice, just use a fucking text-to-speech bot.
I said this is amazing.
Yeah. But what I actually meant was, do you think that networking is necessary through Discord, for example?
Not necessary, but
Because
helpful.
I personally went into YouTube being like, okay, no, for at least a couple of years, I'm not going to talk to people because I just want to have my channel, do my thing, and then that's it, right? Didn't work out at the end of the day, but I was ready to I guess, stay out of contact with people.
That's the thing. I don't think you need it. Content, just depending on what you're making, that determines your success, right? Sometimes you could, because there is different ways to go forward. There is the way of making good content, which is, so that's not just gonna concern you with anything. There's the way of as long as you make good content, people will watch it. There's building a community, which is a whole other thing, which is I think is one of the more important things for
Yes.
I think both of those methods are good. And then there's the last thing, which a lot of people do, which is usually try to ride the hype or go viral or something as that. I think as long as you're making good content or building a community or both, you are fine. If you're just trying to go viral and just riding the hype trains, I don't think that's a good way to go. But
yeah, I
even
100% agree.
Yeah, even if you aren't gonna talk to people, if you enjoy making what you make and you just want to put it out there, and I know it's gonna sound bad to say, you don't even have to, even if you have to hide from the comments itself, right? If you're scared to look at it, I think as long as you're making good stuff and you're enjoying it and you're putting it out there, just keep doing it. Eventually, I think, with Kaiser just now, he said he didn't want to talk to people, but it kind of just, he is.
Yeah, I went wrong somewhere along the way. All right, who knows?
But let me tell you one thing about networking, in my opinion. It's I think it is an amazing thing, and it's just it is a bonus you can use to get additional exposure and stuff. Why wouldn't you use it? If someone reaches out to you, you shouldn't just say no because you decide you want to do it by yourself. If you want to get more views and stuff, having people and having friends helping you is such an amazing thing. For example, if Kaiser would now get a shout out, for example, from Mr. Biz video, and people would now watch Kaiser, and he gets overnight 200,000 subscribers. I have the luck that I'm friends with Kaiser, and if Kaiser makes videos normally and gets a joke or something, and he makes feet or that's excessive, That's additional exposure we get, or I would get for free. It's like sucking off, but it's a bonus. And you can be famous together.
He's just using you for your views.
I'm sucking off. But no, it's seriously, like, you have the ability to grow with other people. It's not just you have to rely on. Like, if other of my friends would do well now, I would profit from that as well. It's just a bonus.
Well, then let's talk about that actually. Guys, how do you grow on YouTube?
How to bro on YouTube.
How do you grow? How to grow on
YouTube?
No,
No,
you ruined my segue.
This is how we bro on YouTube.
I felt like we're talking how to make
here.
friends on YouTube. But yeah.
No, but seriously, I want to. Yeah, if your little nephew went up to you and said, "How do you grow on YouTube, Polaris?" What would you tell him?
Make stuff.
Make stuff. Okay, that's pretty easy. But like, it's a reality that many people do stuff and a lot of good stuff, and they still don't grow.
Oh, you mean like okay? So let's just. You want me to assume that they've already started like something and they want to grow?
Yeah, let's say they have like a couple of videos. They haven't really been going. What advice would you give them?
I don't know what I did. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Look, I mean, if the videos are good and it's not getting views, like that's something that I've almost like. That's where I almost kind of like. I know this is the wrong way around, but I kind of see there are certain people like that in the Arknights community, right?
Yes.
They make good stuff.
100%.
And they don't end up growing. They don't get a lot of views and stuff. So, we've done things like that before, where we've given them some type of exposure, right? Like, we've given like the video contest, or we've talked about them, or told people to go check them out, or stuff like that. And I've helped a few people like that, like given them some stuff, but it's difficult to say like what you should do to grow, besides like things like knowing your doing SEO studies, which is search engine optimization, which is basically tags and knowing how to do things. So if you don't have any of that, you don't have someone to give you a little hand up, I would honestly say learn about tags. The best way to know about that is see who's making similar content to you, check out their tags, copy it, drop it, and get clickbaity but true thumbnails, please. Clickbaity but true.
Oh, excessive. What is your opinion?
I mean, first of all, about growing, one thing, I wish to believe that if your content is good enough, you don't need to rely on the YouTube algorithm. I wish to believe that. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not, but if your video was actually so amazing, people will share it around. And I think a person like Smallland would be able to grow every time from a new channel, as long as they make content. Because they're so entertaining, their content is so amazing to watch, they wouldn't need to rely on the YouTube algorithm for people to watch it. And I think that is the goal. And in case you actually think you make great video and it's still not enough to grow, then there's like, in my opinion, two things to do. Either you niche it down a lot more, and as soon as that works, you start niching it broader again. Or the opposite, you just try it first, going very broad. Try to talk or reach as many people as possible with like a subject, not just Arknights. Now you're gonna say like, why the best gacha games, and stuff like why Arknights is the best gacha game or something. And that's the two things, niching it or making it broader. I think that is always a thing to go for.
That's interesting. What I would like to do now is I have yesterday sat down and I have figured out something. I'm going to give it a clickbaity title: the 3 steps to success on YouTube. And I'm going to read it out to you, to fellow YouTubers, and then you're going to give your opinions on that. Because I think I might have cracked the code there, or at least given like a vague structure to how you could grow on YouTube. So, Step 1 is getting your video recommended to people. Step 2 is making people click on the video. Step 3 is making people stay on your video. To kind of go into details, it's basically what you guys said, like getting recommended. Use tags, write a lot of stuff in your description. Maybe even Ludwig has said, then maybe even give the video file that you upload a name that might help with your subject. And I really mean, write a lot of stuff in your description. The word Arknights like 20 different times, or like different 20 spots. Then, getting people to click. Interesting thumbnail, interesting title. And that's pretty self-explanatory. And then getting people to stay on your video. It is actually, that's the point, that's the most important point, but it's the third step. Having actually interesting content. That's making people stay. I think if you break down the YouTube game, then you might summarize everything into those 3 steps, in it?
Yeah.
I mean, it is hard.
I don't have anything to say about against that. You are correct, sir.
Oh, nice. Thank you very much, Kenza. What's your opinion?
The question is just how to do stuff like that. Like keeping people on the video. Like if you make, like, for example, a great thumbnail and people think they're interested in it, it's hard to speak to everyone. For example, if I make gameplay videos and I call it like chapter 9 clear with like 5 operators, and they think of it as like, let's just say a short video just beating like maybe the hardest stage, or some people think, oh, this now needs to be a long video just covering everything, and it's hard that everyone stays. Some are just leaving after like, oh, it's not like what they thought, and keeping them in there is sometimes harder than many people think.
I have a question on that actually. You have said the videos was named something like clearing. Is this like an imaginary video, I assume, or maybe a rerun? Yeah. It's clearing chapter 9 with 5 operators. If you would title the video, those 5 operators can easily beat chapter 9, would you call that clickbait? Because technically it's true, right?
No, I wouldn't. But like, if in the squad is Thorns, Eyjafjallajökull, and Silvers, people will click on it, and they see it, and then will be like, "Oh yeah, okay, expect it. I'm gonna turn off now."
Yeah, but I'm just talking about the title. Like, would you think that that's a clickbaity title?
No, I wouldn't. I think it's true. That is definitely not clickbaity. It's clickbaity, but it's not lie or something. So I think it would be a good tell.
The thing about clickbait is, right, I think clickbait's hella fun. It is when I'm seeing it, like when I'm seeing YouTubers with it, when I'm making it, when I'm putting it out, I see it as so much fun. There are bad clickbaits that are actually like clickbait, right? But they are. But the thing about people is we don't always know exactly what we want when we start opening the stream of content, right? When we open YouTube, there's just all this content suddenly appearing, and I recently watched a video on this, but we're just always consuming content. We open up anything, we can scroll for hours, there's no end to it, right? So our minds, when we open these things, we don't actually know what we want sometimes, and I think that's how we discovered a lot of our new things. Like, someone makes something clickbaity, but it's true, and we go into it, and it's like Sasith said, how do you appeal to everyone? You kind of can't, but you learn something new that it has to be this weird combination of something new where you don't usually do this, but at the same time it's like, hey, this is something I like. You know, there's this when you're finding something new, like, so. Well, I find clickbait hella fun, like, cause it can bring you into new things. It's just fun to see the creativity behind some of it, actually.
Yeah, honestly, yes. It's like sometimes coming up with like an interesting title for a video is more enjoyable than making the actual video. Like the creativity aspect that goes into planning out titles and thumbnails is a really important aspect of making videos, I think personally. And coming up with cool titles is just a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's one of the that's one of the ways I came up with some videos. Some videos I didn't think about the video idea. I just thought about the video title and or thumbnail, and I was like, I have to make something that fits this description.
Same. I do that so often. I said that sometimes in the gym I get like ideas to my head, and it's like the most random title names that fly into my head, not the actual content, and then I just write them down. And I write the date where I want to make that video, and then the date approaches, and I'm like, what am I actually supposed to do here? Huh? What was the initial question? Oh yeah, exactly. It's like I agree with everything that you said, Risu. Basically, there's a difference between clickbait and lying to people, right?
Yeah.
And that's if you have it's like you can apply that to the 3 steps again. Clickbaiting, in theory, would be the second step, right? Making people on you click on your video. But if the title and the thumbnail were misleading, then step 3 is going to fail. People will not stay. And that, on the other hand, YouTube will recognize that people only watch your video for the first 10 seconds and then click off. That is going to be very, very negative for the performance of your video. That also goes into the algorithm. So don't lie to people, don't mislead people.
I mean, the thing is, which I would disagree. I mean, you shouldn't lie to people, but if you're really like a horrible person that really wants to just get famous, lying to people and clickbaiting and everything, untruthful stuff, like if you see it in YouTube Shorts.
True, yeah, but YouTube Shorts are something completely new that's kind of very, very weird. But I'm like talking about proper videos.
Yeah, proper
because
videos.
If you make a 10-minute video, or like 8 minutes, you need 8 minutes for mid-ad rows. If you make an 8-minute video, but everyone only stays for like the first 20 seconds, then YouTube is gonna stop recommending that video. You're not gonna get fame that way.
Yeah, I need to start making my videos.
The thing is, you can
please do. Fuck, your videos are way too fucking short, fam.
Like for short video, it works. Lying for short videos, not just YouTube Shorts, but videos that are below 1 minute. Even if they're in for 10 seconds, it's still a 10% watch time done if they watch like 6 seconds, and that is the problem.
Nah, man, don't lie to people. That's
you shouldn't. Like, you're a horrible person if you do that. It's just like it would maybe work, even though it's not. You will not be liked. You will get a lot of death threats. I wouldn't recommend it.
I would just like to say that I'm not associated with Sasik and his advice for the evil people of the channel.
I'm trying to tell the truth and how it is.
I disagree with that. So that's like, I personally can't see that working, because even those weird people that apply to very like dumb audiences, like kids or something, right? Even those clickbaity titles, they don't completely lie. They make like very exaggerated titles and thumbnails, but they still deliver bad content that makes people stay. You can't just trick people into watching something they don't want to watch.
But the problem is they
usually,
like, if they leave like a comment saying like, hey, you're trash and stuff, their comment and the dislike will help the algorithm.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. If you actually hate a content creator and you want them to fail, do not comment and do not dislike, because that actually pushes their video in the algorithm. So
yeah, that's the big problem with it. You should never, like, if you hate someone, do not hate someone. That is like the worst thing. If you dislike someone, then you would just help them.
Yo, if you dislike someone, just stop disliking. That's amazing.
It's
but actually, yeah,
it's just a real take. It's just how it is.
Unironically, it is. If you hate somebody, don't show that hate, because you will actually end up helping them. So, that was actually a pretty good segment. I think I might turn this into a clip. That whole thing about how to grow, how to treat clickbait, how to make your videos appear interesting. That's cool.
How to kill your hopes and dreams.
I want to... Speaking of hopes and dreams, Polarisu, who inspired you? Who is your inspiration? And if you don't say Sessif...
One of my inspirations is well, a lot of my inspiration comes from these like, and it should show the short like skit videos on YouTube. I love those the most. But in terms of gaming, I've always liked people that have just like had like highly edited videos, or people that have made me watch a game I'm not really interested in watching. And that person for me would be Alpharad. I love Alpharad. He made me watch an entire playthrough of multiple games, which I have never watched an entire playthrough of games, by the way. So that's been new to me, and I like his videos because he plays the he will play the game, but he would kind of talk about it over it like a story almost, and or explain things outside of perspective. He would basically do that afterwards, which is a lot of what I also try to do. I don't try to just have my initial reactions, because I know for me at least, my reactions are kind of meh. That's not my strength. My strength comes from I know spinning tales into more interesting ones. So I always looked up to him for how he does things, and when I do go into more of a general gaming type of perspective, one day if I start a second channel, I don't know, I would like it to be very similar to this actually.
What about you, Sessif? Who is your inspiration? I know that you are looking through your subscriptions right now to find an answer.
No, this is actually a very easy question for me. But like, keep in mind, when everyone says their answer, is what they're producing also the thing that they're watching? For me, this is the truest thing. Like, I like Smalland, I like Duck, I like CWA, and probably if you just check out those 3 channels, they are doing what my channel is. Like, pretty much all of them combined is what I'm trying to go for. And that is my theme, my brand, and those are my inspirations. Like, they have formed my channel. It's a short answer, but it's for me just how it is. Like, I watch.
I remember him saying this before.
Maybe.
Same, but not on the podcast.
Yeah, not on the podcast, but I believe in that. Like, the content you're like interested in is also sometimes, or is most of the times the content you want to produce as well. Like, I like summoning salt. I'm currently trying to produce a video like this, but if it works, it's not a question. But in the end, I'm just inspired by those people, and I just want to try to make similar things as they do. How true is it for you guys then? Like, you're producing what you're watching.
Well, we have to find out if Kaiser's watching Pornhub Law.
He's watching Pornhub and summoning salt, and that's his channel.
But real quick, it's pretty interesting that you guys actually had an answer to that question, because I don't think that I have an answer. In the sense of like, this person inspired me to do the content I do right now. There are multiple inspirations on YouTube where I'm like, okay, this is the style of videos that I want to get to at some point. This is the type of channel I want to be at some point. There are a couple like those, but definitely not when it comes to actual content. Like, most of the stuff that I have done on my channel, I have just done it because nobody else has done it ever before. Like, or like not ever before, but not actively. At the time where I started to make the first Arknights story videos, I was like, okay, nobody has done that, let's just might as well do it, who cares? And then I tried out a couple of commentary videos, because at that time only very, very few people would do regular commentary videos. And they are really fun, and that stuck with me. So I can't really say that one person's content has really gotten me to where I am today. But there are inspirations for the future. For example, when I think about the type of videos that PewDiePie made in like 2017 and 2018, I think that's a pretty cool way to one day handle things, because he at that point his videos were so unconnected. Like one video would be a random gameplay video. Then he would make a book review just talking about a book. Then he would make a video just commentating on stuff that's been happening in the YouTube community recently. Then another gameplay video. Then a video talking about another topic. Just whatever he fucking felt like doing. And I think that's the long-term goal where I want my channel to be in, like, I think 5 years or so. Where I can just talk about random stuff.
Yeah, I do want to say something about that, but before I get on that, I want to say, if you want to actually talk about what kind of inspired my content, well, I wouldn't say current, but it's more like when I started. Like I said before, I started in the dead period, right?
Yeah, same.
And like, I'm not gonna lie, what inspired me was Ekdone, specifically his older videos, because
yes,
as much as like people hate him for how he left and everything, what he did was he spoke about what he liked about the game, and he just went like I specifically remember his AFL video. He just went, he spoke about her, played around with it, and I was like, I remembered looking at that and thinking that's also what I want to do, which is why when I started making the videos covering different things, I would just go to the characters and just talk about what I think is interesting about them.
Yes.
And I do have to give it to him. He was just talking about those things, and if he liked the character, he'd make a video on them, and that was kind of like a inspiration for me, I guess.
That is something like that's legitimately true. Like, no matter about what's happening with him and the Arknights community or something, like the videos that he made 2 years ago about Arknights are some of the best that entertainment-wise that the community has ever had. I don't think that I would say that only like maybe 5% of my videos would come to like close to his videos when it comes to entertainment level. Like, he legitimately made a lot of good content because it was completely variety. Like, nobody else would go out of the way to make a video called Arknights characters I could beat in a fight. Like, that's fucking... It's so stupid and unique. I like it.
And once again, also
you have to give it to him. Fair enough.
See, everything we've taught up to this point is coming into play. It's all coming together.
The thing about Tekton is just like, he is very entertaining. It's just like the things that usually happen around him and everything make him what he is or is right now. But in the end, if it comes to the entertaining part, he's doing an amazing job. At least in my opinion. Like, his jokes are usually very funny.
Yeah, I still occasionally watch a couple of his old videos. It's just the thing. And pretty good videos.
Yeah, what I wanted to say about your thing about like the PewDiePie stuff was that this is also recently found out to me when I was watching that whole thing about how content is basically rampant, right? It's like there's just too much of it right now. It's not even good content. It's just the system is rewarding people for making content, not making good content, exactly, right? That's the people rewarding them, but the algorithm is just pushing you if you're making videos often. The people are pushing you if you're making videos that are good and that, you know, appeal to the people. But this hasn't always been an issue right now. Apparently it used to happen. It happened way back when they still used to art used to be content, you know, paintings and stuff. And there's the whole history of like how people became Patreons and handed out money, so people who painted more and involved their Patreons in their paintings made it big instead of the good people. But so history is almost repeating itself. But this guy said that the most important thing, I don't remember his name, that's why I called him this guy, but the most important thing if you want to be a content creator, like whatever type, is don't just try to appeal to everyone. Like try to build an audience of 1,000 true fans, because if you build a smaller audience of 1,000 true fans who will follow you no matter what you do, you can be a content creator.
Yeah.
No matter what you want to do.
And don't just do something just because you think it might get you views. Unironically. I remember when I made that video contest thing last year, it's about a year now, and so many people were writing comments like, oh, I now have to learn how to do .exe meme videos, and I'm not that good at making .exe meme videos. And like half of the people submitting videos were .exe meme videos, and it's back then it was pretty sad to me that so many people thought, okay, in order to make a good video, I have to now follow that path that other people have taken, right? I don't have to be creative, I have to do something that already exists. And like, my number one advice, if you want to grow on YouTube, is be unique. Do something that has not yet existed in that form. Because if you do that, you have to compete with people some of who have already been doing the same thing for like 2 years. Like, for example, if you want to make it big on YouTube by making low rarity Arknights guides, then I hate to break the news to you, but there's multiple channels with a lot of subscribers who have been doing that for 2 years now. You won't get far with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna make high rarity Arknights guides.
Then I have a question to you, Kaiser. You say we have to be unique, but in the beginning we also said we have to copy or steal. What now?
No.
Well, I mean,
the stealing is just a bad way of phrasing it. It's not stealing. It's taking an idea as an inspiration and putting your own twist on it. Your own twist part, I should have stressed it more. You have to put your own twist on it to make it unique.
Yeah, so it's still like based off something that is an idea or that you have seen. It's not completely like out of the you took out of the heaven.
Yeah, but that's just how the internet works. The internet is based on the recreation of content that already exists. I mean, memes. Look at memes. Memes usually are just content from movies or fucking videos or something, recontextualized and turned into a meme. It's like you have to work with already exists. It's just a fact, bro. That's just how the internet works. But what I mean with your own twist is, for example, if the lore videos that I make, I could just sit there and make a presentation like you would do at school, right? But instead I sit there, I make jokes, I make memes in between, because I think that's just more entertaining and more fun to make for me as well. So that's my own unique twist on it. Giving characters stupid nicknames instead of just calling them by their names or something like that. Or randomly saying that I hate Ark, right? That's also where branding comes into place as well. Everything is somehow connected.
It's just one big chain of stuff. But yeah, I asked this question just so people will elaborate more. Not that we have in the comments, like you said, the copy and then also be unique.
Yeah.
It is somehow intertwined.
I mean, if you actually come up with an idea no one has ever done before, then like props to you. But I think that's genuinely impossible. Like, everything has been done in some sort of way. Like, I'm not the first one to make a fucking one fact about every character video. Like, stuff like that has existed as long as videos have existed, right?
Yeah.
I'm also not the first one.
Arknights, which we
that's
in
that's the thing. That's the thing. Nobody has done it for Arknights before.
Technically, you don't even have to be that creative. For me, like, what I'm doing is like, I see to have, for example, a hard challenge that Smolland is doing, and you can make, like, you can change it a little bit and you can just make it for Arknights. And then you already have your own twist to it that is already interesting enough for people to click on it.
That's true. That's something that I've... That's something I've tried to do from the very beginning, actually. Like, back when I was still making those meme videos, right? I tried to not make the usual memes that go into .exe videos, right? Not the usual green screen effect and stuff. But I would instead watch actual meme compilations that I think are funny and translate those memes into Arknights. Which sometimes worked well, sometimes really didn't work well. Like, a lot of 21st century humor went in there, and those are very weird videos now that I think about them. But, like, that's my closing statement to that debate. Be unique. Be creative. And if you think that you're not creative, you are. Just put a bit of effort into it, fam. It's like the one thing as well with YouTube. You have to make an effort. If you're just sitting there, making one video every month, and it's an idea that you have recycled, and you give it a bad thumbnail, and you don't even bother with putting a description on there, nothing is going to happen. That's just the reality of how things are.
I would just add, like, there's two things, like, be unique or just be better than everyone else. If you do similar things than someone else, then just be better than them.
But let's be fucking real, bro. Like,
just be better.
It's just how it is. If you're like, if for example, someone is doing no gacha the same way I would do on stream and everything, and they're just more entertaining than me and would do it just in general way better, even though I was the first one, they would just get more views because they're more interesting to watch.
Yeah, definitely ask yourself, am I better than Sessif? Then you will come to the conclusion that you're not, and then you're gonna do something else.
I expected that then you are. But I appreciate that.
I changed it last minute. Okay.
But
I had this weird feeling that Kaiser would make a good teacher. I don't know why.
Oh, thanks, mate. I actually, at some point, I wanted to study history and become a history teacher. So that's basically what I'm doing now. I'm just teaching the history of worlds that doesn't exist.
Yeah. Same thing, different world. You know, different
exactly.
history.
That's putting your own twist to it. Uniqueness, right? It's all connected.
But briefly, you mentioned before about like the YouTube algorithm stuff, and I want to actually touch on this a little bit. Do you think weekly upload is necessary?
Bro, personally, I have now made YouTube content for I think 1.5 years now. And during those times, there were times where I would only upload like once a month. There were times where I would upload once every 2 days. And I can tell you, if you upload more, you will get more views, you will get more exposure, you will grow more. Because even if one of those videos flops, you're gonna upload a next video in 2 days. It doesn't matter. The next video might make it, or be average at least. The more you upload, the better. I think honestly, the best schedule that you can have, and it's almost impossible to do. I've tried it and it was horrible. Would be to upload once every 2 days. If you can make that, then you're gonna get far on YouTube. But you're gonna be burnt out real quickly. I'm telling you that. Speaking from experience.
I was just gonna say, you don't want to do past your limits, you know, because I also tried that stuff and it does lead to burnout. Because I hate to say this, but your real life is eventually like there's gonna be some stuff that you're gonna have to deal with. You know? And you can't. Sometimes you can't stop it, and so like. Don't push yourself too hard because you need time to relax. You also need time to do these other things, because I can tell you from experience that if you do not relax, if you don't take that time for yourself, you won't be able to think properly. You won't be able to come up with ideas because you're not, like I told you, like my way is like this moment of basically nothingness, relaxing. Sometimes I even just turn on static noise and I just think. And if you don't have that, then I think the greatest ideas come out of boredom, and I haven't gotten to be bored in a long time because of how many things happen in my life. And if you can have that, if you can just make sure that you have time for that, so that you keep that normal quality and stuff in your videos and everything, then just make sure that whatever schedule you have, it's something that you personally can handle.
Exactly, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's important.
The advice that is so important, because the advice that I can give to people there is upload as much as possible for you, but take the possible for you as literal, not as much as possible humanly, but as much as it is arrangeable with your personal lifestyle, stuff that you do outside of the internet. If it's only one video every week, then that's it. You don't have to push yourself too far. Obviously, if you do, your channel is gonna should do better, but you will suffer on other ends. For example, I have to make a confession. when my channel first started growing and I grew from like 1k to 8k within like 1 month, then I was like, bro, fuck university, I'm not gonna study, I'm gonna make videos. And I legit spent more time on, like, way more time on videos than I did on university. And you could see that in my grades. And it wasn't a good decision that I made back then, because I'm gonna have to repeat those subjects, and it's not a good thing.
Oh no.
I'm just saying, like, for the people that really want to do like every 2 days, every day and upload, I think this works, but only if you are a streamer. You can make in one stream like 4 or 5 videos, and if you are a streamer, you also need to make sure you have an editor. Beside that, if you don't have that, I wouldn't recommend it. Like, it will just burn you out. Doing everyday something is just so painful with the time. But like, if you can,
No, continue.
if you can like do like one stream and you're doing like, for example, I can do in one stream, I could do like a no gacha, I can do like a tier list with the operators, I can do a lot of stuff in one stream that aren't too time consuming, that like then my editor can just edit, and I did like one stream that was enough for like 3 videos already. I can do a second stream and then I have a daily upload for a week already. And it is possible, but if you don't stream, if you don't have an editor, it will just F you. Unless you have content that takes no effort to edit. Then it might be possible.
If you stream anyway, you might as well turn it into YouTube content. The content already exists. Just record the parts or download the parts that you want to upload, title and thumbnail, description, and you have another upload. Even if it's just supplementary. That's also the thing. If you, for example, make videos that just take a lot of time, that usually would only allow you to upload once every month. For example, if you make animations, then you have to, and I genuinely think you have to upload stuff outside of that, supplementary content, just to keep the algorithm on your channel somewhat alive, right? For example, you are able to finish 1 animation per month. Do like 3 or 4 other videos between those animations, because otherwise YouTube is just going to fuck you. Like, there are channels like the Internet Historian or something that can upload 1 video every year or so, and it's a big event and people watch him. But that's because he has established himself as a content creator, built a brand around himself, and he has hundreds of thousands of people that checks their subscription box daily to see whether he has uploaded a new video. And let's be real, none of us who are sitting here, and probably most people in the Arknights community, are not at that point yet.
Yeah, I mean, stuff like something installed that upload like once every 2 months or something. This works because they have amazing editing abilities. People are very interested in that. People know already about them. And it's always an event. It's an event when they upload something. A really, really big event. And it could work out if you would do that. But the chance of this is like so freaking low that I wouldn't even dare to try it.
Exactly.
Like, you would have an editing degree, like a news degree and everything. You have to be very, very good that this works. And also YouTube needs to love you since the beginning. So it's just a lot of luck you would need to go in that direction.
That's the thing that I also want to emphasize. I said the best upload schedule would be to upload like every 2 days, maybe every 3 days. But I definitely do not recommend that.
Yeah.
It's just, if we speak about the YouTube game, if you want to play it the best way, then that might be the way to go. Like, but on a personal level, I have done that once, never doing it again. Maybe if I get an editor and stream one day, as Sesuf said, because then you have just a lot of content you can upload, but for now, no. Don't recommend.
But very much like an editor.
I mean, I know somebody who has 2 editors.
Yeah, who could that be? I wonder. I mean, it's just like, one editor is here for just managing my clip channel, and they're doing an amazing job, and I really, really appreciate it. I still think they're one of the best Arknights, or the best editors we have in Arknights, so I'm very blessed that I can have him in my team.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've my favorite videos that I've ever watched was from Bunny Fufu. He's a League of Legends player for Cloud9. You may know him because he's friends with the other League of Legends player that dresses up like a girl. But yeah, the reason I liked his videos was not because of him. I didn't even know him, right? I didn't even know that. I watched his videos because of his editor, Tando, because they would turn a game, like a single game, into 10 minutes, right? And the editing and the way Tando made fun of Bunny Fufu through the entire video, that is what I enjoyed. I looked forward to the days when, because he had different editors because he uploaded like daily. So I looked forward to like every few days because that would be Tando's one that he would edit. And I'd watch that video specifically. And that's something I also want one day. It's like, that's one of my inspirations. I want an editor that's gonna make fun of me and make it really entertaining and everything, you know.
Yeah. Arika already makes sometimes fun of me.
As long. Did they just quote the chat?
I mean, a good editor can do so much. Like, some of my most favorite videos to watch that are coming out constantly are like GTA 5 funny moments videos. That's a Sidemen that one British YouTube group around KSI are putting out, because their editor is just fucking cracked. He's called Chip, and he is sick.
Yeah.
It's like, good editing can uplift a video so much. But on the other hand, I barely have any editing in my videos, so it's not necessary. It's just a nice addition to have.
Mm-hmm. It's like hard to find a balance between like good editing that is not distracting but also fun. Like if you start out editing videos, this balance is very hard.
Thinking of balance, we have to balance out this podcast. We have talked about a lot of like positive advice and so on. We have talked about stuff we like, basically, like channels that have inspired us and stuff. Now we have to talk about something sad. What are your experiences, not necessarily with Arknights burnout, but with Arknights YouTube Bing burnout?
Damn. And that feels like a personal attack.
We can start this thing by me just saying there have been 2 times where I have burned out of Arknights content, and I really, really, really did not enjoy being like an Arknights channel during those 2 phases. Good luck to the viewers with finding out when that was, because even during that phase I still continued making Arknights videos, and some of them performed really, really well views-wise. But
yeah,
I can testimony to that. Arknights YouTube burnout is real.
I wish
there is.
You first?
I was gonna say there is that that period. Like I've also had that where it's just you don't. And I don't mean to say it like this, but you almost don't like what you are doing, what you are uploading, because it's like it's just part of burnout, because you're focusing on you want to do something else, but you can't.
Yes.
Or there's nothing to do in that field, and it's like that's a horrible feeling. And Box spoke about it in his video recently.
Yes.
You know, and that's why I guess that's why I felt so sad about him, because it felt what he was saying just hit home. You know.
Yes.
We have been there. Like it's
unironically, yeah.
I am very surprised, because the Arknights content creator burnout is something that I cannot relate to. Like,
really?
I always loved making Arknights content. What I can relate to is the Arknights burnout. I can't get myself to farm anymore right now in the game. Like, I don't know, but every time I can do a no gacha stream or just split the event or everything, I'm super hyped and excited for it, because this is one of the coolest things that I can do. I never really was like, damn, I don't know what to do about it. I'm sick of making content for Arknights. I never got this. Like, I always enjoyed making stuff about Arknights.
I mean, for me, it's legit the opposite way around. I've never had Arknights burnout even once. I'm legit just sitting there, okay, I'm gonna build this operator next. I have to farm how many rocks? Those many rocks? Okay, next Elite 2 is done. I'm gonna make a video about her once she gets a module. Yeah, next one. And I'm sitting there, then I'm gonna read something. And I've never had Arknights burnout before. It's legit just content.
Yeah, for me it's a recent thing, mainly because I was managing now about 3 accounts for almost 1 year,
enough.
and like I actually always had like 3 accounts, and that was just a little bit too much to handle. I always did everything I could to farm the maximum out of all 3, and just like a few weeks ago, it's just like I was like, nah, you know what, fuck it. I don't even need any materials anymore for no gacha, so technically I would only have to manage now 2 accounts.
Yeah. Well, that's also like one of the things with me is that I really like stuff like something like I've always really liked Final Fantasy, and I like League of Legends and Arknights, but I haven't played Final Fantasy 14 in a while now. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that I don't want to push myself to go do a bunch of things in there that I don't feel like doing. It's the same with Arknights. Like, actually, before I was actually writing a script before Fox 2's thing yesterday about this, but spoiler alert. But basically, it's I don't. Oh, what was I gonna say? I don't want to have this. Like, I don't want to force myself to do this thing in this game. I really don't want to. I don't feel I need anything in Arknights right now. Like, I have everything I ever want built, and if I build a unit, like I found that by the time I get to the end of a stage, I'm typically just using my normal team. Like by the end of any event, when I get to the hardest parts of it, so it doesn't really change much. So for me, it's kind of like I don't need to, so I don't want to, and I like experiencing new things, which is why I recently decided I'm also going to cover more different games, like other Gacha games on my channel, because I like experiencing the new things and stuff like that. So in that dead times, or like in that times where it's like I don't feel like playing Arknights, I can play something else that I feel like, hey, look, I want to try this, and that typically doesn't last long with a lot of Gacha games.
Yeah.
But it's something for me to do, and then it kind of, when I go back to Arknights, it's like, after looking at this thing, at this other thing, I appreciate it so much more again. You know, it's this weird cycle with me, and that is actually, I wanted to mention this earlier, but I forgot. Taking something about yourself, like typically that's a bad thing that I jump between games, but I can use it to my strength. I can, because now I want to cover things like the Nikkei closed beta, the Tower Fantasy closed beta. I can cover that between things, keeping Arknights as my main focus, but Chenroshi does that as well, you know? Arknight's main focus, but covers other games. And that's taking I would say, almost a bad quality about myself and turning it into something that I can use for my channel.
Yeah.
One thing I would like to add by myself, like I said, I don't want to where was I going? I don't want to like I never had an Arknights burnout, like the Arknights content creator burnout. I never had that I didn't know what content I want to make, or that I didn't even want to make content. But it doesn't mean I don't want to make content about other games. Sometimes I wish I could do like just random stuff, but because I'm so used to Arknights, I got, let's just say, relaxed, and I don't have the courage to do it all the time, and I just don't know if people would like to see it or not. And yeah, I would love to cover more different games. It's just like, how will I do that? Will I be able to reach a few people? Are people interested? I tried that once in a while, but so far, most of the time, it didn't work out that well.
That is absolutely fair. I have to say for myself, I don't want to try out other games. I'm gonna stay like an Arknights channel for the next couple of years, I think. I've tried out Alchemy Stars on my channel, played it for 1 week. I wanted to add Azulane to the channel. I ended up not doing that. I wanted to add Punishing Grey Raven. I played it for like, I think 20 minutes. did not staying on the channel. And now we have the upcoming anime. Enfield is gonna come out at some point. X-Astris maybe. And I'm gonna stay Arknights / Hypergriff channel for the next time. That's for sure.
For me, the thing is, I really love to play against Twitch chat. This is super fun. And it's just like something I want to do in different games more because it's way easier there. But like having a freaking opponent in a stream and that opponent is your community itself, it's just so fun. And in Arknights,
Like
you're
I
really
kinda tried
limited.
to delete your account.
Yeah, yeah. I hope when the pocket... it's not done editing then. But yeah, my community tried to freaking delete my account. That is very mean of them. But like those 1v1 moments are just so fun and enjoyable. And I'm a competitive player, and so having an opponent, an arch nemesis, is amazing.
There's this
Well,
one bird
my
looking
arch-
at me.
My arch
I
nemesis
know.
left.
Oh no, oh.
You have to find a new one.
I can't. It wasn't. It's not gonna be as fun. No one's as fun as messing with Box 2.
I'm volunteering. I'm gonna drop a diss track on you.
I would be so up for watching like 2 diss tracks.
Can you drop it in a box by any chance?
Oh my god!
just to help me get over this, you know.
One thing to the burnout things that I wanted to add as well. Some of the viewers might think, oh, it's probably the burnout probably came in those phases where the views were low or like videos were not performing well, and it was circumstances like that led to the burnout. It really wasn't. I want to give an example for one of the 2 burnout phases that I had. It was pretty much the week where I did that one fact about every Arknights operator video, right? That is now above 200,000 views. It's my best performing video of all time. Like,
Yes.
straight up. I did not enjoy making this video in the slightest. I wrote it, I recorded it, I edited it. I didn't even like the final product. When I uploaded it, I did not even put mid-roll ads on. Because I was like, nobody is going, like, who cares? What am I even doing this for? It's not worth it. And views have like nothing to do with burnout phases like that for content creators. It's like a mixture of different circumstances.
Yeah, I'm sitting here agreeing with you. So see through this huge amount of confidence over there is going like, I don't understand what's happening.
I mean,
It's not my fault that Sasif balls is that big.
I think it's not it. For me, it's simple. I decided a few years ago to go full time. I cannot just like say enough, now fuck it. I literally have to make content, and that's probably that's probably the reason why I never even got the option to think about, oh, I don't want to make content anymore. Like but it's not like I don't want to create content. It's more like I'm also, because even though Kai's not full time, like when I wasn't full time, I thought I need to make something, you know. And sometimes I just didn't feel like I wanted to make something for that week or whatever. And I kind of forced myself to make something, and I feel like that kind of comes through in those videos. Like it does. Like I remember one time someone, like people were like okay with the video, but like one friend asked me afterwards, like, "Hey, you sound a bit different. Are you okay?" And because you sound a bit weird in your new video, and I was like, "You could tell." People couldn't tell, but like my friend, a friend could. So yeah. It's interesting. So actually, on that topic, I do want to ask: are you guys happy with all your videos? Well, Kaiser just said no. I am very proud of every single one that I've released.
Every single one?
There's not a video I can think about which I would say I want to delete it.
Isn't?
No, not. I also don't want to delete any that I've made.
But you just feel like it's not up to your standard in your head.
I mean, okay, there's one video which I which I fucked up, but in the end I'm very happy that I did it, because it's better to fuck up early than later. So
you own.
I don't know which video should I not be proud of.
I mean,
He's only upset with one video. I know.
That is insane. If you would have said, okay, no, he's proud of 90% of his videos. Okay, fair enough. No, there's only one video.
There's one.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but still I'm happy that I made it because I made an experience that is valuable for my later career. So in the end, I'm even happy that I made this.
No, I also... That's the difference though. I do not regret anything that I have ever made on my channel, but there are videos where I'm like, okay, those are not good videos. Especially, like, I have to talk about this, especially during the earlier phase of my channel. Like the first couple of months after blowing up, like from like, I guess, March to June 2021, most of the videos that I have made during that time are straight up not good. Because back then, I just wanted to make videos. I didn't care about the details. Especially, I have had people on Twitter being very angry at me that I made a video about what's the canon ending of Fungi Mist without even having finished the Gaviel event story at the back then. It's because I didn't put much thought in it. I just made videos for the sake of making videos because I really, really enjoyed it. So,
hell yeah,
many videos. Yeah, like legit, it's fair enough that some people are upset with it, but I get it. Many videos from that phase straight up aren't good. So I thought about redoing a couple of them as well. I've done that with the Arknights races video, maybe a couple of them, the other ones as well. Yeah, there's multiple ones. I think it's like Polarisu, to actually answer your question, I think I have maybe 10 videos. I think I have maybe 10 videos on my channel where I'm like, okay, no, I'm really proud of that final product. Let's give it like 12 videos maybe.
Oh wait, did you say 10 to 12 that you were very happy with the final product?
Yes.
I was actually gonna say the same, because if you were gonna say 10 or 12 that you don't like, I was gonna say I'm the opposite, but now I realize it's the same. It's like anytime, like, there's some videos I just don't like. Most videos I just like, there's always something wrong with it, and I'm like, I want to improve on next time. Like, I always, like, when I'm happy with a video, it's like, okay, I know it's gonna sound weird because it was a sad video, but that box video, I'm happy with that. And that was, and the reason I'm so happy with it is because I made that video because I wanted to write a comment on his video, but there wasn't enough space.
Yeah, I'm like the second top comment on the video, so
damn lucky bastard. So there wasn't enough space, and I didn't like the script. I just spoke, and I kind of went with the similar thing of what he went with. And
yeah,
I'm very, like, that is a video I'm happy about because I don't know, I put into it. It came out fine and everything. It's what I wanted to have done. Some videos
made me cry with it.
Yes, exactly. A lot of videos I look at them afterwards and I'm like, by the time I'm pressing publish, I've seen them like 3 times and I'm like, just do it. It's fine.
Yeah. Same. I rewatched the video like 5 times, or used to rewatch the video like 5 times before I uploaded it.
I don't do that even once.
I just want to make sure if I don't have any editing mistakes in there, like black screens because I forgot to add in the clip or something, and I just always make sure that everything's as perfect as I can make it.
Fair enough. But I'm actually... Oh, we can talk about video ideas as well. Again, I'm gonna make a tier list of my own videos. I have now just decided it. Because Dio is gonna make something similar to that as well, live on his channel. Go watch it. It's probably gonna be finished by the time of the podcast coming out. But I'm gonna do that because I am right now looking at my channel, at all my videos. I have scrolled through it. I would actually say, Polarisu, there is exactly one video where I'm like, okay, it's a 9 out of 10. Then there's like 10 videos that are between 8 to 6 out of 10. And then the rest is 5 out of 10 at max.
Now, that's the other thing. I don't want to say this is a bad... I don't want people to think it's a bad thing to dislike your own videos.
Yeah,
because
critical.
Yeah, it's this... urge to want to do better, you know.
Yes.
That's what's making us not like it. Well, not like it, but yeah, that's what's making us like think, oh, it can be better. We don't think anything we make is perfect, or how, I don't know, or even like up to certain standards in our heads. But that bad thoughts about our videos comes from us wanting to do better, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. Just for anyone who thinks we self-hating on our videos for
no. We just want to improve, okay? It's a good thing, guys.
We want to be better.
Am I weird that I don't have this feeling? Like, I can look through my videos and I'm like, I don't see why I want to improve it. Like, obviously the video before, like my first tier lists were absolutely dog shit. But that was because I just couldn't edit better. And I wasn't more confident. Like, if I would go back to that time with the same confidence I had back then, I wouldn't be able to make much better content. It's just the experience I gained over time.
I do want to say you've been doing this longer than us, but then again, we've almost been doing this 2 years and we're still feeling this way, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I started like 7 years ago, so yeah, with my first commentary content.
Oh shit. It's a long ass time.
2015 is where I started with the first commentary.
2015 still feels like 2 years away from me.
I lost the feeling of time. Like, years are passing by so fast. I'm gonna be a grandpa without realizing it soon.
A grandpa or a grandma?
Grandpa. Because why would I be a grandma?
I'm just saying the cosplay might confuse the children.
Ah. But yeah.
Mommy, why is Grandpa dressed up like that anime girl again?
Apple pie. This is actually like, I can show my grandkids like pictures of me and they're gonna be embarrassed, and I'm too.
They're gonna be proud of you, fam. They're gonna be proud of you.
The question is if during that time this will be normal or not.
No, it won't be, because we will be ruled by our robot overlords.
Matt.
I made exactly 250 videos. I just checked it.
I'm at 133. It's a boring number. I don't know why I said it. But not gonna lie, looking at my channel, there even are videos that have really blown up where I'm like, okay, I'm sad that those videos have blown up because they're shit. But then again, you might think that what you are uploading is gonna be a bad video and nobody might watch it, to our dear viewers. But at the end of the day, the YouTube algorithm might like it and people might like it. Like it's sometimes a 50-50, or like it's gacha with YouTube sometimes.
YouTube is a lot of luck based. You need RNGs on your side.
Sometimes, yeah. So, guys, speaking of videos, if there was if there was one topic you could add to your channel and you would have guaranteed that those videos succeed, so you don't have to worry about views and subs, they will work out. If you could add one topic to your channel, what topic would it be?
You go first.
I can go first.
Okay. I need to think about it.
This is something that I 100% will add to my channel at some point. It's gonna be cooking. I love eating good food, and sadly, most of the time, in order to eat good food, you have to make your own food. And this process of just standing there and working on something for a couple of hours to then have the feeling of fucking ecstasy in your mouth is amazing. I love it. I love cooking. I'm gonna have a series on my channel called Arknights Kitchen, and it's gonna be amazing.
So you're gonna have low light there putting on your salt.
Hell yeah! Gonna make apple pie and Frost Nova's candies. So guys, it's your turn. Don't just say another video game, because that would be boring.
No.
There has to be something.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Uh,
thinking I have something, but it's not coming in my head. So I don't have it, but I think there is something.
For me, something like that, I guess it would be skits. Like I said, I'm also inspired by skit channels. I do want to make those one day. I've made a few, like with the KOB thing, some of the Kokomi stuff. I really like the Kokomi stuff I made. That was fun to do.
Yeah, same. I don't play Genshin, but I watch those.
Yeah, that was fun to do. I want to do that with Arknights, but like, for me, that was just something that like rolled into my head. I didn't think about it. Like I was minding my own business, and that just slid in there. It was like, "Hi, how are you?" And and I use a lot of the voices from the things I'm inspired by, like a bridge series, like what was that guy's name? I made Godo.
The KO
was-
biscuit.
Yeah, the KO biscuit. But I was gonna say Godo from there was actually the voice I based him off of was a voice from Fate Abridged, and I don't even watch Fate. But yeah, the KOB thing with throwing stuff. I do want to make more of those things. I just need like it'd be cool if I had something that was kind of like animated, like the Kokomi thing that I could use for them. That would be cool, but there isn't. So
That sounds
sadly.
sick. That sounds sick. Like,
But I don't just mean like for Arknights. I mean, I'd like to do
Yeah.
broader stuff.
Yep.
Like
yeah, proper stuff. I
love-
also.
I love Caleb City. I don't know if you know him.
Nope.
And these two Australian blokes as well that make just love it.
Well, we have cooking, we have skits, and I also can say, just like you want to do IRL skits as well, non-Arknights, I also want to do cooking videos on just stuff that I enjoy eating, because by now I'm not only following recipes, I'm making my own recipes. Hell yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
No.
Wow.
Sessif,
Man's
talk
gonna-
to us.
I came up with something, but I'm not happy with the answer I came up with. I'm actually. It is.
Now you know how we feel about our videos.
Yeah. The thing is, the content I enjoy the most in general, like not watching but doing, it's just doing painful stuff to me. Now I know I'm not a masochist. I hope
Ah.
I'm not. But like just molding in general is just so fun. One of my favorite things I did on my channel was farming 1,000 rocks, and every no gacha video where I'm like stuck for 8 hours. I just enjoyed it so much. It is so weird, but like if I can just make myself, if I can just hurt myself and it would be funny, like mentally, not physically, I think this would be the content I want, that it does well all the time.
Your 1000 rock farming stream was is still my most favorite video of yours. It is so much fun. It's amazing.
I was just mentally brain dead. I have like 8 or 7 hours. My brain just turned off, and then I just was flowing with the chat, and it's just fun
one
to
could
flow.
see.
Yeah, I mean that's what makes something like that fun. Like you're putting yourself through that, but there's all these people like making jokes and like commenting on it while you're going along. You have this community with you. You know, it's if you just did it alone, I'd be a bit concerned.
Yes, I could
definitely.
never do the stuff I do live on stream alone if I would make
Yeah,
content
if
out
you were
of it.
doing it alone, then I'd be concerned. But I think it's because, and we spoke about this before, but Sasith is on like a whole different content grind, you know.
Completely, bro.
He is.
I don't know why.
It just is. And yeah, no, as long as you're doing it with them and for them, I think it's fine. If you do start doing this stuff alone, then we'll classify you as a masochist.
Yeah. It's... Wait, yeah. I had something in my mind, but I forgot what I want to say. I have this so many times. I have a new idea of like how I want to pay myself, like the rock farming thing, and it might be even worse. And I had this idea for like 2 months now, but I never got myself to do it because I know it's gonna be really, really painful. And I'm getting fucked.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We have skits, we have cooking, and we have pain. What a lovely combination. Oh, speaking of pain, actually, Sessif,
Mhm.
you are now sitting in a job interview. I am sitting in front of you. I am the owner of a shoe company, and you are applying to me. And I am asking you, where do you see yourself 1 year from now?
Oh,
And because this is a podcast, I am specifically talking about where do you see your channel 1 year from now.
Sir Kaiser
From the
MLG.
shoe company.
Yeah, because I would have had a goat farm, and for him I have a shoe company. It's like a given. I decided on who to ask the question.
Can you shoe company please sound like MLGZs?
Nice.
So, Sir Kaiser MLG, this is an amazing question you're asking me. I really appreciate it. So I would
I'm a
personally
mister,
say...
not a sir.
What? Miss?
I'm sorry. Continue.
Wait, okay. Miss
I'm a
Kaiser
mister, not a
MLG.
sir.
Mister. Oh, wait. Mister, okay. So, Mr. Kaiser MLG. I've actually not thought about it before. But honestly, I would say I would love to see myself being more successful with the Arknights content I do, but also being able to make other content that people are always really excited about when I upload it. It can be anything like another gacha game, like maybe, I don't know if I would talk about anime, but I love anime, but I don't see myself making anime content because I'm just not good at talking, or that good. So I would say like another game might be a chance that it will be also a huge thing on my channel. But beside that, I would also see myself being one of the biggest cross-dressers in general. I know it's not gonna happen, but I wish to see myself there. Or cosplayer. I didn't want to say, okay, cosplayer, not cross-dresser. This was just heavy.
Not too late now.
Nah, it would be very cool if like people know
He
me.
may be the guy giving you the interview, but I'm the guy in the corner writing down everything that's happening on my typewriter.
Well, then we can change the thing. Mr. Chad, you are applying to work on a goat farm as a professional goat masseuse. Where do you see your channel 1 year from now?
A year from now, so I know it feels like a long time, but it wasn't actually. It was about 4 months ago that I actually quit my job to do YouTube full time, and it's since I took December off after I quit my job, and I moved to this I moved here to the new house and everything. I've been doing this technically for only 3 months now, 3 months to this day, and in a year from now, I hope to have found my stride because I am wobbling a bit, I would say, but in a year from now, I want to have found my stride. I want to also no into the devs, but I also want to be covering infield, and I don't know. I want to have built a broader, not a broader audience. I want to have built a bigger base of true fans. This is kind of like my goal now. That 1,000 true fans thing. That's what I would work towards. So yeah, I want to build that, and also by then I want my internet to be fixed so I can be streaming, because I really do miss streaming. Streaming and talking to the playing stuff while talking to the viewers is the best experience. It really is, and so I hope that I can be streaming then, and I also hope I can have an editor. Those are me goals.
The question, by the way, was completely literal. I was March 2023, exactly 1 year from now. By now it should be April as the episode comes out, because I can speak for myself. This one wasn't a question in the sense of where do you want to go long term, but exactly 1 year from now, a realistic view to also show the viewers where a channel can go within 1 year, because 1 year ago, 1 year and 1 month ago, my channel was nowhere. It the views, the subs, it did not exist. In the meantime, it has. I don't want to flex or anything, but I'm quite proud of where it has gotten in the meantime, right? So
yeah,
a lot can change within 1 year. Do you think there's gonna be anything major?
The thing I think is that like I said, those are all actually everything I said is realistic. I just don't know about the getting to the 1,000 through fans thing. That is a hard goal to one day make it to. But everything I said there is realistic. And the why I don't want to say like how much growth I think would happen is because for me, my channel basically had a growth spurt, right? It grew intensely, really quickly when I during that first year anniversary for Arknights.
Yeah.
And it's kind of been steadily increasing since then.
Same for me. Yep.
I feel there will be a big growth in all our channels when Infield comes out. And if that, so I don't know if that comes out this year or if the open beta starts this year or before, March next year, then I think there'll be even bigger growth for all of us, but I'm not sure when that's going to come out, so I don't know, honestly.
So then, since you guys are kinda iffy, let me rephrase the question a bit, make it a bit more interesting. 1 year ago, did you think 1 year ago that your channel would be where it is now? I can make the start.
Yeah, make the start.
This might make me sound a bit
You're gonna say no
weird?
like I am, aren't you?
I'm gonna say no, but in a different context, because this might make me sound weird to a couple of our viewers or like narcissistic or something, but I thought that my channel would be even bigger. Because there was this phase in last year, November and December and early January, where I basically did not upload for close to 2 months. Because I made the promise to my grandma to finish university. I have to work on university, okay? So I can't commit to the channel full time. And that was a period where I wanted to make videos, but I straight up couldn't. And that has kind of brought my channel to a phase where it was growing way less. I thought that I would have around 35,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. Didn't quite work out, which is totally fine, because that means I'm gonna reach that number a bit later. Confident in myself. But yeah, my answer is no, but in the sense of I thought I would be a bit farther. So
for the
what about you
people
two?
that would like to get some numbers, I grew in the last 365 days, 9,400 subscribers. So back then I had around 5,500. And I mean, it's a huge amount of subscribers, but I also would say I hoped a little bit more, because for me, what I didn't tell, I'm slowly running out of time, because I saved up money over multiple years for YouTube that I can go full time, and slowly my funds are decreasing. And if I'm not able to make more money in the next few months, there's a chance that I might have to put YouTube to the side, or just have it as a second job, which will sadly suffer Con a little bit. But it's, for me, I do it now for 3 years full time, and at a certain point, if you can't live from it, you have to just put it to the side a little bit, because in the end, I don't want to live at my parents' house forever.
Yeah, it's a very honest answer.
It is how it is.
So, but probably some viewers probably expected, or Polarizo maybe expected us saying something like, "Oh, I never would have guessed that I would have gotten to this point. Thank you so very much," and stuff. But sometimes reality is a bit different than that.
Can I leak more numbers?
Sorry. You say the reality, I started thinking about Thanos.
Can I leak just some numbers? I think that should be fine. I'm very open with my revenue and everything. If you're fine with that, I would like to share some stuff.
Go ahead.
So, usually in Switzerland, you make... yeah?
Maybe. Oh, actually, has Polarizo, do you want to say something to the question as well, before we jump to the money topic?
No, I was just gonna also say, no, because, there was... for me, this massive time with work last year, especially the last few months, and damn, I was horribly stressed. I actually had was actually so stressed out because of work and everything, and wanting to do YouTube and stuff that I actually had to go to the doctor to go get that sorted out. But I'm fine now. I'm very happy now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which we are very happy about. Now, Sessif, tell us about your YouTube money.
So, in
Tell
365
us about
days,
your YouTube money.
just so people think we're absolutely rich with the money we make already. But like for me, in the last
No, I don't think so.
in the last 365 days, I actually made a little over $1,000 with only YouTube. Obviously, there's other income like Twitch and stuff, but like let's just say in total, about with YouTube and Twitch and everything, about 2,000 to 3,000, which will probably like at least the half will be reinvested back into the videos. So this is like about 1,500, which sounds like a lot, but if you look at over a year that a normal worker in Switzerland earns like 4,000 to 5,000 per month, then you see it doesn't really add up yet. So that's why I said I probably have to get a job if I want to continue with YouTube and just put it to the side for a little bit.
Those numbers might sound high to a couple of people depending on where you live, but the thing is that the cost of living just varies a lot from country to country. And Sessif and me kind of have the problem as well that YouTube money is generated in dollars, and our countries have currencies that are stronger than the United States dollar. And well, that might be good for like I don't know, the economy or shit, but for us who get paid in dollars, it isn't that much.
Yeah, I'm from Africa. It's a lot of shit ton of money.
But yeah, like in
Okay,
Switzerland,
actually,
you would need
can I
3,500.
tell you?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit of a secret. Okay, so
Ooh.
between $1,000 to $2,000 is actually that's what at my job I used to make a month.
Mhm.
I know it's a
Is
which
is that a lot?
so, a month. So Steve made that in a year on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, that is fair enough. We are Arknights YouTubers. It's like
And it was a lot of money for year as well, like especially So I've given up I've given up riches for this. I didn't give this up for riches. I gave up riches. I had money. Now I am poor.
that's what you call passion, guys. You better appreciate Polarism.
I used to buy people meals. Now I ask.
I'm sucking off my friends so bad. Like I don't even have like a SIM card anymore.
Please, okay, please
rephrase
your
it.
phrasing.
It's just not the way you phrase it usually.
No, we don't say we're sucking off people. Okay.
Say you are leeching off them. That's
Leeching, okay.
Leeching.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm leeching off people. Is the other thing like more in like the bad part or what?
It means you are sucking their penises. That's probably not what you wanted to say.
Maybe that's also a thing, but I don't know.
I was sitting here trying to figure out how to explain it in a safe and family-friendly way. Kaiser's like, boom.
Sometimes you just have to be a bit direct, okay?
Yeah. Now I learned something. I shouldn't say it that way.
But money as an Arknights YouTuber is an interesting topic because I don't feel like giving the exact numbers, but I can also say I'm not earning nearly enough to like sustain myself. But my channel is in this weird position. I'm like, I do not do YouTube full time, right? I don't even sit on it or like work on it every day. It's like a couple of days every week, and even on those days, not like the full day. It's like a couple of hours, and the channel is in a weird position where I feel like if I would go ahead and do this full time, and I mean genuinely like 5 days a week, 8 hours every day of those 5 days, like at least for a couple of months doing that, I could probably make this work out. Right? I'm in the position where I'm like, okay, genuinely, if I would put in the time and effort, I could make this work out. I could make this a full-time thing. But yeah, can't do that for the next couple of years.
I mean, can I just say something? It might sound harsh, but for me, what I would say is don't overestimate yourself. This is like I started off with 5 hours, like 5 streams a week, 8 hours for like 1 week. That's what I did. And very quickly I realized this will just make me go die. This will just kill me if I would continue that.
Yes.
And you need a lot of, let's just say, self-control, that you actually use those 8 hours you have planned for the day to actually work on the video. Because sometimes you just slack off and say like, nah, fuck it.
No, something like that. Bro, I don't mean to flex, but my working attitude is fucking cracked, bro. If I feel like doing something, I'm actually gonna put the effort in. And if I say doing full-time YouTube, I actually mean a full-time job. I'm gonna put in like at least 40 hours every week, if not more. Like...
Gains.
I mean, that's the thing. I would have said the same thing before I've actually done it.
I mean, I've tried it once. Like,
but for a week, right?
For like... Okay, so, real quick. The month I made the most money in was my first month of being monetized. Namely, the 1 month where I was actually uploading 1 video every 2 days. Like, unironically, the more you upload, the more views you get, the more you get. Right? And that was, like, back in the day. So, March and I think April of 2021. So I know, like, the rough estimates. I don't overestimate myself, as you said, but I am confident, alright? Because if I feel like doing something, if I visualize it enough, then it's gonna work out. Damn, nobody got to come back to that? Like,
no, I believe in your work ethic.
Oh, hell yeah, thank you.
I really do. No, I can, because you see, you have the ability to read. That means you have the ability to focus.
Fair.
I mean, it's just for me hard to like just. I mean, I don't know you in real life and how you work and stuff, but it's like I don't know how much it would fuck someone. Like,
well, like full-time job. Most people that go to work are not happy. So what I'm saying is, I don't. Obviously, one day I want to have the channel at a point where I do not have to do this like every day 10 hours. But I am ready to invest at least like, I guess, 6 months or like a year of my life into making this work out, right? This is what I'm trying to say. The goal obviously would be to like, I don't know, 2 videos per week, a couple of live streams with additional content to sustain that, getting into but you have to get to that point first, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in a few years, I'm just gonna sit down, record for a bit, upload it to my Google Drive, tell my editor it's there, walk away, go play with my dog. This actually, I want to get to that point as well. Be like, what a lovely day.
I mean, the thing is just that I want people to know is like being your own boss sounds amazing. And this is the reason why I started with YouTube in the first place, because I don't want a boss, I want to be my own. But you just don't underestimate how difficult it is to get yourself every day motivated to do something. It is not for everyone, and I can promise that. Sometimes I feel like I wish I would have a person that just says, like a manager, that says like, get the fuck up, you have to work. That would be sometimes so helpful.
Bro, you are lacking a lot of fucking discipline. Like, if I put myself into a position where I have to make videos in order to survive, in order to eat, right? Then I'm gonna make it. Like, I don't need motivation. What the fuck? Like, I get what you are trying to say, because it is difficult, but as long as you have enough discipline, I don't see any problems, bro.
You may just end up with
discipline is not everything. You need to be mentally strong as well. Like, when you do videos a lot, and you see like you have now 5 videos in a row that made like 10 times worse than every single one, that will also just F you. Usually when you work, you don't have like the pressure of when it fails. And that is something that some people can't handle. Like I say in general.
Yes, that's true.
Obviously, you guys
true.
didn't have to do work where you had 2 days to make sure an entire system doesn't break before it launches onto the internet. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you are
Okay,
right.
sure.
I didn't.
Although I must say, what I do miss from work, besides going into work, but that stopped a long time ago because of COVID. What I do miss besides that is kind of having
People.
this person, like kind of having like someone tell me what I'm doing for the day. Because when I get up, I have to figure out what I'm exactly gonna do. Because I have a broad idea of like, okay, look, I'm gonna probably record this or do this, but I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for the day. And I do miss kind of having that thing where it's like there's someone else doing it for me, where they're like, this must be done, this must be done. Hey Chad, do this. I'm like, okay, no problem, do that. Simple. But now I have to do the, okay, this must be done, this must be done. Hey Chad, do all of that.
I get that. I absolutely get that.
Do miss that. I don't want it back though.
No, there are benefits in it, but I don't know, man. As I said, I schedule my stuff ahead, right? So when I get up and I'm like, okay, today I have a day where I'm working on videos, I just open up an 11-page document where it says what I have to do on what day. And then I just tick off those small goals, right? And it's
you see, you have what JoJo's calls superior German engineering.
Ooh, there we fucking go, boys.
Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
But
What was the
also,
question?
I don't remember.
like, just let me just add this right now. Something about like full time, that me and Risu are full time, but I think me and Risu would also I'm just assuming, say the same thing, that you shouldn't go full time immediately. You should wait and see how it goes and find something that works for you first before you decide, nah, I want to start with YouTube, I'm going full time with my 20 subscribers. That is not something I would recommend.
Don't go full time if your first video goes viral. Go full time if you have 100 videos that perform as well as your first viral video.
Yeah. Though I do want to say though, in terms of like having no YouTube channel, wanting to become a YouTuber, and one of my biggest regrets is that I never took a year off to do something like this. Like, that's one thing because when I was in school, during my school holidays, I was studying for college, and then after school, I went into college. Then right after, as part of college, I went to a job, and then right after that job, I went to my full-time job. So I never had certain free time to just kind of explore this as something. And I do want to say that if you do want to try it and you're thinking about like taking a year off or something, I just want to say a year off. A lot of people do say it's a bad thing, but I think it's a very good thing for you to figure out a lot of things. And if you want to try this for that year or something, go ahead, just do something. Like,
exactly.
I regret not doing a lot of things earlier.
100%, because the thing is that life follows a roster, right? You go to school, to high school, then you either go to university or you learn a job, then you work that job, then you become a retiree, and then you die. You have to kind of do, especially if you are in your 20s, right? And you haven't started doing a regular full-time job yet. This is the time where you have to try yourself out. Do stuff like that. Really, if you want to do something, just do it. I actually regret it as well. I can't do something like taking a year off. Like, with Eastern European parents, that's not really something that you can do, alright? Stuff like that doesn't work. So,
the thing that Risu said...
It's a tradition in America.
The thing that Risu said contradicts so bad with what I actually had in mind. Like, for me, if you're like going to college, if you go, maybe not college, but if you are working on a place and you're not able to produce a single video of YouTube in a week, then I would say probably YouTube full-time isn't the best thing to do. Because
what I'm saying is before that period.
I mean,
before you start college, you know that. You know what? A gap year.
Like,
I'm talking about that. Yeah, not during. If you need to sustain yourself, though, don't give up your money.
Yeah.
I'm a good example of why you shouldn't do that. I barely make my bills.
But I mean, like, what I mean is, like, when you work, like, let's just say a normal job, and you have in the evening 4 hours to do whatever you want, and you could do, like, just watching movies, or you can decide to do YouTube. If you can't get yourself to make a video, if you actually want to become a YouTuber,
Yes.
then you will probably also not be able to get yourself to do a video when you're full-time.
Sessif has a point here. You need to be... I don't want to sound like one of those Sigma male videos, but... be ready to make a cut every now and then. This might make me really sound like one of those motivational coaches on YouTube, but be ready to cut out stuff that doesn't get you anywhere. Like, ever since I have basically started my YouTube channel and university in the same week, like a couple of days apart. Ever since then, I used to love reading. I'm not reading any books or manga anymore. I used to love playing video games. I am only playing Arknights. I used to love watching anime. I have barely watched any anime in like 1.5 years.
Arknights. I barely play any Arknights.
That's fair enough, but it's like I do not regret making those cuts because I know that I needed the time to make both YouTube and university work, and at least one of those is working at the moment.
It isn't the university, right?
Oh no.
No comment.
Don't say that his grandma watches this podcast.
Yes.
No, she can't even speak German, so she won't watch an
But you
English-speaking
can't.
podcast.
Oh wait. Oh yes, you can speak Polish. Yeah, right.
Oh well.
Damn.
But yeah, boys, what a lovely episode, eh? I think it's been 2 hours. I think even more than 2 hours
2 hours,
of
30
recording.
minutes.
Well, then I think if you guys have any motivational words for our viewers, go ahead and shoot them out. Otherwise, I think we have actually genuinely covered every single bullet point I have written down for this episode. So
Let me just end it, or let me just say the last words. If you're unsure if you should start with YouTube, just freaking start, make a video. Don't leave any addresses or any personal information about it. So if it doesn't work or people would hate you, then no one will be able to reach out. But still, you have a chance that it might work. And if people like it, then make it a second one. Even if they don't like it, make it a third one. And just start. It's better than regretting it when you're 70 or 80 that you have never tried it.
Risu, any last words?
Yes, I do want to say that one of the coolest things about doing YouTube and everything, and I know some people may not want to do this part, but the social networking is really fun.
That's the coolest thing.
I've gotten to meet so many people. I've talked to I've talked to all of you guys. We all the other Arknights YouTubers. I also get to talk to other YouTubers. I've gotten to talk to some of the staff from the people that have sponsored me, actually, because I make conversation with them and I learn about how they do things, and it's been fun to see the different parts that make up this one greater whole. And I do want to say it's been really nice. I like meeting new people, and so that's one of the coolest parts about this for me as well.
Personally, I do not like meeting new people, but I can tell you guys, whenever you see reoccurring profile pictures under your video, commenting nice stuff, it's a really good feeling, alright? I'm not a fame whore, but getting comments really can make your day sometimes.
I mean, can I say or add one thing? Like, I can always, when I'm with my friends, or next day I have to play D&D, I can say like, guys, tomorrow I can't do something. I can play with like Kaiser MLG with Polarisus, Skorek, Dio, Para. I can play D&D, and it's just like because of the networking, I can like brag about this a little bit, and that's kind of cool actually.
Lovely, right? Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Guys, if you want to make a video, just make a fucking video. I am watching you. If you don't make a video, I am be angry.
If you link it down below, I will watch it and leave a like.
I won't, but I will be very happy that you make that step. So, thanks for watching, everybody.
Send me the video. I'll watch it.
Batman. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Subscribe to the Raider podcast if you haven't yet. Leave a like. Recommend a couple of other topics you want to hear us talk about. And become an Arknights YouTuber now.
Hooray! You can do it. Believe in
Yay.
yourself.
Okay. See ya, everybody.
Bye bye. Have a nice one.
Sayonara.
Cheers.